Good morning. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 1013 Wilson Place in Santa Monica, and I'm preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line for Cameron Rule. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I'm going to be performing my examination today from this 3-inch cleanout I found at the back of the structure. This is a pipe that's been extended out through one of our fresh air crawl space vents, kind of out below our bathroom window here. This is the rear bathroom. This is the rear entry door here and a little deck space. And it's down here coming out of this fresh air vent. This is 3-inch pipe. Now, I did find a 4-inch cleanout over on the left side of the yard, kind of forward of the side gate there, but it was kind of far from the house, and I wanted to make sure I was going to see everything I needed to. So we're going to drop in here. We're going to push through about 40 feet or so of the building drain system to get outside the structure, and this way we're going to make sure we're seeing all of the main sewer line or all of the piping outside the building. We've got some water running in the shower here at this rear bathroom to help keep the camera clean and also give us an idea of how the system is draining. Now, I did drop in to do a kind of an initial investigation here. This pipe was full of water. In other words, the water was backing up because there was a blockage just as you exit the structure, and we're coming up on that now. This is basically along the left side of the house, about maybe 10 feet back from the side gate. Pipes exiting the building at an angle here, and then we're going to make a turn. This is where the cast iron building drain system from under the house extends out through the foundation and connects up to the main sewer line outside the structure. We got a pretty good root intrusion here. This was causing debris buildup and causing the building drain system to fill, and then my camera basically just punched a hole in it. Now, this is a common location for these roots to come in. This older cast iron meets up with the vitrified clay piping. That's an area that does have a higher failure rate. What I would recommend in this case is to go ahead and expose the pipe and install a new cleanout access here. The cleanout that is in the system, you'll see here, we're going to pass by it. It's too far into the line and doesn't provide access to the entire thing. The only way to get to this area and clean it is where we dropped in, and you're running through a smaller pipe, you're not going to get that area very clean. So I'm going to recommend installing a standard cleanout right here in this location. The other reason is, obviously, we can't see very well. We don't know what kind of condition this little section of pipe is in. The roots hide potential damage. So I'll just go ahead and recommend putting in a standard cleanout here. I zeroed out the counter so that we can get an idea of how long this system is. We'll basically just come out a couple of feet and make a left turn here. And then we're going to basically run a straight line now up towards the front of the property along that left side. Now, what we're pushing through this section is an original 4-inch vitrified clay piping. This is your common clay pipe used for main sewer line systems. We do find this very often, and it's a material that is expected to have a long service life. Being a natural material, it's less likely to deteriorate underground, but it is more brittle in nature than some of the modern pipes, and does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquake. So we've got about 8 feet of this original clay, and right here we're changing to a modern plastic. And this is basically just at the front yard where the concrete along the left side of the house changes to the yard area. So when this upgrade was done, they only did a partial upgrade. They left a section of the original there. This opening at the upper right of the pipe is where that cleanout forward of the gate drops in, so you can see how coming in through that cleanout, you can only push from this location forward. You miss about 10 feet of the system, which has conditions that would need regular maintenance. Now, the modern plastic pipe materials, they're expected to have a long service life as well. They have a very smooth inner surface, which allows for very high washout capabilities, and then these newer plastics are intended to be impervious to root intrusions. So this is an upgrade here through this section. And you'll see here we're changing back to the 4-inch clay. There's about 15 feet or so of newer plastic through the front yard, and then back to the original clay. And then here we're going to be near the sidewalk area. We're increasing from a 4-inch diameter pipe to a 6-inch diameter pipe. And again, more roots here in this area. Kind of a common condition in these older clay lines. Root intrusions do come in at the joints, and normally we're suggesting that they can be maintained with regular sewer line cleanings. It's when they're left unmaintained for extended periods that they can create blockages in the system, like we have occurring here at the upper end, but they can also damage the connections or the joints. We're definitely in need of a good thorough cleaning. Going through another section of pipe here, it's a little different color, but I do believe it's still clay. And you'll see we come back to the kind of the orangish color here, we're kind of accustomed to seeing. And then around here, dropping down into our public sewer, approximately 50 feet, 47, 48 feet from where the pipe exits the left side of the building. So really the only thing I'm seeing at this point is that the system does need to be cleaned. It really should have a standard clean out at the upper end rather than the one that is provided. That would also eliminate, or should eliminate, those roots at that connection, and would minimize maintenance in this case. That seemed to be the more aggressive or more significant section of roots. So having a new clean out there will repair that connection and give standard access for future maintenance. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video portion of today's examination. Please do refer to my written report for a description of the final findings and recommendations for today's investigation. Now, we do recommend that all main sewer lines should be examined after any significant seismic activity, and that main sewer lines should be examined annually to monitor for changing conditions in a system. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day.